guys, Day Automotive Reviews. And of course, you guys haven't already heard that the 2022 Nissan Z car prototype is going to be revealed. And that revealing is going to happen when? On the 16th, September 16th, 2020. Now, I've also heard it's going to be happening on September 15th, but the latest I've heard was September 16th. So I could be wrong on this. And if you know for sure, go ahead and put in the comments. But I think the official date has to be on Nissan's website. But I'm seeing here September the 15th. So we will see, folks. We'll get some clarification on that. Now, first thing I want to say is thank you guys for coming to the channel. Thank you guys for subscribing. And thank you for liking. And I hope you guys having a fantastic day. Because, you guys, no one told you today, you are fantastic. Now, the 2022 Nissan 400Z is going to have a manual transmission. Believe it or not, folks, yes, a manual transmission. Now, this is going to be amazing. Let's go back to this manual transmission. Now, Nissan teased us with the V6 engine sound and the signature LED lighting of the 400Z Nissan, which heightened the hype ahead of the sports car reveal on September the 15th. As you already know from the headline, from what was said, the newest teaser is a confirmation of a 6-speed manual that should be standard equipment as opposed to the torque converter automatic. Get ready for the Nissan Z prototype, is how the video is titled. It says Proto instead of prototype. And at the 16-second mark, you can see a man hand gripping the gear lever as you'd grip a manual transmission. The pre-production prototype also appears to be left-hand drive, which is an indicator of the market, which is most important for the new 400Z. Of course, that would be the United States of America, where Toyota sells more GR supermodels than anywhere else in the world. Now, speaking of the BMW-based sports car, the Magna Steyr builds in Australia alongside the Z4 Roadster. Nissan is expected to hide a pair of snails under the hood of the 400Z to level up the power ratings. Instead of the free-breathing 3.7 of the 370Z that rolled out in 2008 for the 2009 model year, the next generation is rumored to get the 3.0-liter turbo of the Q50 and the Q60 compact executive models from Infiniti VR 30DD TT. It's how the engine is called, so excuse all the different lettering and words, but if you're familiar with Infiniti, you'll know that. If not, hey, it's no big deal. In the TT and the V6 is rated at 400 horsepower and 350 pound-feet of torque. Now, Infiniti utilizes a 7-speed transmission from Jetco for these applications, namely the 7R01 that was introduced no fewer than 11 years ago. Nissan also has a 9-speed automatic to offer in the likes of a Frontier pickup truck, but it's not known if that transmission is compatible with a sports car, such as the new 400Z. Let's take a look at some of these pics right quick, and then let's come back to talk about this retro theme and modern technology as far as being a successor to the 370Z. So enjoy these pics. And again, folks, as we know, the retro styling of the Nissan Z is just iconic. It's going to be iconic design. You know, it has to have that connection to the Z brand, to the heritage of the Nissan Z car. And we're going to go back to the um, for the rendering. We're going to go back here and just talk about this a more in a different perspective. Now, combining a retro theme with the modern technology, the successor of the 370Z, it's not going to disappoint, according to a Japanese automaker. The boastful statement should get your hopes up for a segment leading sports car. But then again, the Z has really disappointed when Nissan rolled out its complete redesign of the 370Z. And it has been awesome, an awesome experience, folks, with the with the Nissan Z. But going back to the trailer, the Nissan Z prototype, when they first came out with it, they called it the Z Proto, and that was on the September the 5th, and that's going to be on September the 15th for audience here in the United States. Now, ahead of the big digital debut, a new teaser seems to confirm the sports car will offer a manual transmission, which we showed you earlier, which was in a commercial. You can see the guy gripping the shifter, and that's something you don't see. But in the meanwhile, before going back to that, you know, for some reason I'm captured to this rendering too that was given as well, which confirmed the back lights, the back brake lights too as well, and it also confirms the Z emblem, which we saw too. Here, you know, you see that here. It's definitely nice, folks, and you definitely see the Nissan Z coming to life. You know, 7 days before the digital unveiling of the prototype, which is going to be just awesome, folks. And it's going to be awesome, and it's great news that it's going to be a manual transmission. Um, what we see here is definitely true, and there's so much there's at first there's so much speculation, and a lot of people were looking at the Nissan finances and thinking that it was going to be a while before we even, have an unveiling. But Nissan knocked that in the bud, nipped it in the bud, and came out with this. And now everybody knows it's going to be a manual shifter. Uh, the video confirmed this, and as you remember, and as we talked about earlier, you can see that this is the 300ZX inspired tail lights. Now, Nissan design boss Alfonso Albeza revealed a sketch. This is what we see here of the then elongated lighting elements that provide a modern take on the earlier Z generation, particularly the Z32, 300Z ZX of the early 1990s. I remember one day I came to work and there was one of the guys that work at the hospital that I work at. He had an older Model Z, and that thing was just fantastic, and it just caught my attention, and I was just like, wow. I remember when they made these. I can't even remember where I was in my life, but I couldn't afford one of these, and I thought it was awesome, folks. And he had a little making up to do, a little body work he had to do on it. But what a hobby! Now, once again, we can see that the Nissan Z Proto attractive silhouette, the steep harken back, and a lot of this is given away in silhouette. And I'm thinking what I'm going to do is go to this. This is the silhouette. The overall design is more fluid. A long hood, chrome strip on the roof, and the shop body lines contribute to the more streamlined look. Now we can clearly see the design cues that reference the Z's, of yesterday, including the rounded headlights and the Z badge mounted on the C pillars. You can see here, and you can see also that in the different designs too as well. So, and you look at these designs, and some of these, I'm thinking I got here the here I have the this I don't know why I have this one here, but Car and Driver had this, and it just every time I see it, it's just jaw dropping to me because I like the design so much. So, and as we go back farther and farther, this is the 50th anniversary one edition, and this is next to an older retro Model 2 as well, which is definitely nice. So, and again, coming soon, guys. You know the Z Proto, and we can go back and even look at the silhouette here. You can still see the Z badge and everything else as well here. Definitely nice. What remains unclear is the powertrain. Now, the next generation, a lot of people, again, we talked about the powertrain earlier, but it's still unclear. But hopefully on the 15th, more will be revealed, and we'll be able to see what's going to come out and what it's going to be like. So there's a lot to expect. Now, this new picture reveals a lot more. You see the car. This is it, folks. And this catches me. I was wondering what this is, and I must be thinking that this is the door handle. You can reach in the side of it and open up the door. And it's cool how they have this bulge here because it almost looks like, it almost looks like, the ear will go in here somewhere and somehow go, but it catches your eye, it makes you think. You don't know what it is or what's going on, but it definitely sharp, folks. This is a better silhouette, so to speak, but you still can't see the tires. Now, this is awesome, folks. This right here, you can connect it to the 240Z, and look at how amazing it look. And that's why when I look at this, when I look at this one right here, this model by Car and Driver, to me it just hit, it just hit it on a dot. I like them wheels. We're trying to go to the Car and Driver rendering. And the one thing I like about that Car and Driver one is that it was a no nonsense rendering. It didn't leave, you see the Z and you see the older Model Z. You see they didn't play as far as with the space. This is it right here. You're sitting here and you got four wheels on the road and you got the rubber, the rubbers, the four patches of rubbers that's keeping you alive and keeping you in contact with the road. And this is what I see when I see this. And so I'm like, wow, but this is going to be missed. Because when you see it, I like these seats. No one has seen the seats yet, but I could imagine this is the 50th anniversary Z car. And you can imagine, I'm just thinking about how the seats are going to look in the new 400Z, 400Z prototype. But this is definitely a silhouette. This is definitely what we're going to be getting, as far as this is what is revealed. And from here, it looks like a door handle, as you can see. So the door handle is correct. And when I was talking about that earlier, I was talking about the older model, and I was particularly talking about the 370Z. You see how there's no, it's just you and your passenger, and that's it. There's no play in the back, or there's not too much room. And this is what this reminds me of. The same thing. It's you and your passenger, and then it's the window right back here. And this is what I see here in the 370Z that don't seem to carry over in its silhouette. But it does carry over. It does, except this is actually more sportier. It's definitely nice, folks. This is automotive reviews, and I'm gonna let you guys go, but at the same time, we're going to leave you guys just with some quick picks. Thanks for watching. Remember, like, share, and subscribe.
If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more interesting videos.